All right, here we go, guys. I was having some time here setting everything up, but we're ready to get started once again into our facial rig based on facts. Here we are making progress on the mouth shapes here for Bob, which is spinning here by our side, and we are making some good progress. We're almost finishing some of the major shapes. Now we're going to start going into some of the modifiers for the corner of the mouth, and we should be getting something functional pretty soon. So that being said, let's check out. If you want to participate here, please feel free to drop a comment, and we're going to be speaking. And if we, yeah, that's it. There it is, Bob, back into action. So we're back now with the tablet as well. So now it is a little bit easier to control the entire thing. Yes, it's all working. So now we are full on here. And you know what? I might even be able to set up a camera here. Yeah, so this is going to be just like the other days. I mean, I just find it amazingly important for me to keep working live. I don't lose anything, and it's so much more productive. Also, I think it's like 4, 6. Let me record this in parallel as well. All right, so what we had yesterday is the following. So I think that NVIDIA is going to pop up anytime now, but anyways. So let me drop down the sound here for a bit. Yeah, cool. Sorry about that, guys. Just making sure that we have the footage for later. So here we go. So what we were working on yesterday is trying to figure out how important is a few of the shapes here for us. And we have the smile now mostly assembled, and I was comparing it to the shape that we had before. So this is the previous shape that we had, and this is the new version. So it's questionable. I think that there's still work to be done here, but it is reasonably correct, and we can proceed now into let me keep my look at the background, black background here. All right, so we have the cheek puller going on here, and it is obviously affecting the cheek, pushing it maybe a little too much up. Today I'm feeling like going for another shape here that's going to be important for the purpose of our some references here out of the way. And change this terrifying song. So we have the cheek puller here. The last thing that I've added was the, so let's zero those guys out. So right now I have them picking up pace here. Let's go to 50 and cut off all the shapes here. Now I don't remember. Oh. Yeah, so the mouth is properly closed. Let's keep going here. So now we're going to work let's see if we have something that would represent the lips, lip stretcher, right? This is the one we need right now. It's the eyes, this is good. This is one that is important and that yeah, so I'm just looking at some ideas here to how to solve this problem now. And I honestly I'm just feeling like this is the right corner puller, but And at the end of the stream today, I think that the best thing that I can do is just separate the shapes and start applying them to the script. Okay, so I'm just trying to change the pivot here, but the computer is suffering a little bit. I think that I'm gonna have to reconsider the setup that I have here. Definitely a little heavy. So right now I'm running like 3 monitors and the tablet, which is also a monitor. So I think that for this reason it is kind of suffering a little bit. Let's rename this cluster here. It's going to be the left Resorius cluster. I'm going to start by flooding it all in black, and now I'm going to begin to add the weights to the parts that are relevant here. Cool, so let's see if we can make this happen now. So this one is one that we are like sculpting from scratch here. There's no particular shape on the 3D scans that are of a good reference for this one. So I'm gonna use like all of the anatomical references that I have. The two ones that I've been using the most are the Zerim anatomy for artists here, the anatomy of facial expressions, and we are closer. So this is not the shape that we want, but this is one of the next shapes that we're going to be working on, the depressor unguli oris. But I'm searching for the lip stretcher here, which is the one that is related to it's this one basically, and it's being this is the depressor labia. Yeah, no, this one we have already, but it's an interesting site. It's closer. I mean, also, I don't know how much I can show of this book, unfortunately, for the sake of, proprietary material. And this is the one that we need. This is the risorius muscle, and it's related to the platysma here. And it causes, oh, sorry, you're not watching it, but it causes the lips to stretch down. So if you're interested in this kind of thing, I recommend checking out the actual book, but this is mostly what I'm going to be using as a reference. So I'm beginning just by posing a cluster, and now we're going to continue. Like first, we're gonna position this using the cluster. Paint it as close as possible to a usable shape, and then after that, we're going to add the details using sculpt tool. So then just sculpt it into the proper place. So also let me see if I can grab yeah. Let me see if I can find more information on. So I try to use many types of references. One of them is obviously books. Other is when I have no other option, I try to use my own face. And so Melinda also is a free. It's a great free resource here. She publishes a lot of the things that we were talking about. Let me see if we can have. Yeah, she's showing. Yeah, this one is the one that we were looking. Neck tightener and the lip stretcher here. So this is mostly what we're trying to replicate. So that's what we're gonna be using here, and I'm gonna change the song here for the sake of. And let's keep going now. So I'm going to be using the letter N on the keyboard here to just go between like adding and subtracting things from the weights from the cluster. and try to get this movement as best as we can here visually first. And try to block out this movement here. This is obviously one side, and we can always just remove the... So just a quick look here, you can see that this is more or less what we're looking after. We're looking to get like, it's basically the lower lip right in the corner that it's being affected and pulled towards the neck here. If you look at the actual muscle itself, that's what it is, right? This one guy here. So you also need to take in consideration into what it is. So fortunately, we have here a representation of the jaw, so we should be able to see, although it is now open. Let me close the jaw on the other mesh here. And let's go into our geometry, into the templates, and I'm going to turn on temporarily the jaw and the skull. So we can see that the Risorius is placed. Let me see if it makes it any better by having this on. Yeah, it kind of makes, not great. But what I can do also is just add this into a new layer and add some color to it. Let's say like green. Let's see if it helps. Yeah, okay. So we can see where more or less it is inside of the hat. It is also placed manually, so it doesn't mean that it is absolutely correct. But from the anatomy books here, I can see that that the muscle is inserted, like we can see here, for example. We can see that it's inserted on the corner, or I have to check the name of the process here on the mandible, but right at the corner of the mandible, if that's something that we can call. And we can also see that it is connected mostly to the lower part of the lower portion of the lip here. So that's what is going to be pulling and separating this part of the lip. So with that, then the whole point, or the only point of this explanation is to know that we need to push it in the direction of that corner there. That's where our target is, let's say. So that already shows us why are we getting this folding on the actor here. I can see the fold, and we can see right away, even with no volume gain or any blend shape that actually does this movement, we can see right away how it affects this actor. So it's mostly the same. Now I have the tablet and I'm not using it, so maybe, yeah. So then we're gonna manage like what is the, and some of it will be coming from the, the cluster, and some of it we will be sculpting on the for a second I thought I was doing something really wrong there. Okay, so let's just try to figure out this mile together. So this is also going to be an important factor here. So already you can see that it is collapsing there, so that's no bueno. Although this would be the most extreme. So as I said, after it is done here, we will then, like after we paint the cluster, we will then come back and resculpt back if there's no way to maintain the volume with the cluster, because we're just pulling it in a specific direction. But you can see that when that particular muscle is not activated, we have kind of a decent result. So it would be more or less like this. And I might have to add like not only one cluster but multiple clusters here. And keeping an eye on the reference here. On Melinda, she's kind of not pulling it that strongly, probably because there is the next one, which is the neck tightener. So on the neck tightener, well, she's a master, so she's isolating like both the neck, so she's not doing it. I could do it, like for example, if you watch me do it, which is going to be a terrible sight, but it's going to be like, right, so you have like a lot of platysma going on there. So just the, let's see, the lip stretcher. Yeah, sorry, I'm it's a terrible sight, I know, but it's what it is. So I mean, you can see that it is mostly pulling the corner here slightly, and it might be that this amount here is already okay for this. So I need to check inside of the mesh, see if the same amount is being pulled, because maybe I used the skinning too much on the outside and not too much on the inside. So let's try to first of all let's save this, because I'm not on the mood to lose work today once again. Whoa, oh my god, disaster. Hold on. Okay, that was the base of the pan here. And I actually didn't say hi to Bob. How's it going, man? Are you all right? Oh my god, there's a huge ladder here. Hello. All right, man, I hope you're doing great today, because we are almost getting you to speak. Are you happy about it? After 58 times we've been here, it's taken a little bit of time to sculpt this, because or to save this, because it's a little heavy right now. But we've been working on this rig like for almost 60 sessions already, and the reason is because we are developing a system to rebuild it. So it's not only a facial rig, like a blend shape rig, it's also a rebuildable rig. So we are in this scene here, which is quite not organized at the moment, unfortunately, but it's mostly because we are using this as the place where we are duplicating meshes and just doing whatever is necessary to get our deformations. And then on the other scene, it's just the rebuildable scene and the place that we are inserting. So we're back. All right, so what I wanted here, so we have saved, it's good because I don't know, it's quite heavy. I don't want to, be in that situation. There was a time, there was one or two times in my life where I lost a lot of work because of this. So. And this is the kind of thing you never learn, I guess. See if we can see the inside of the mouth more easily here. So I'm just going to continue painting this cluster here. Look, you can see that it's not 100% painted here on the inside. This is probably one of the reasons why we are getting that weird crash there. So we can see that there's more weight on the outside. This is not what we need. To try to find the balance. Yeah, so then ideally we would then have so let's key this cluster here on 60 and let's clean it up on this frame here on frame 50. How's this nudging job here? Gotta be looking back and forth. So I think that what I will do is to keep the volume here, I will add another cluster because I'm not seeing a way in which this is going to keep this part here in a proper position. So let's just do it here. Call it teeth slide cluster, just so that we know. Tool again and just flood it with 0. I just want this area here to be affected. And then what we're going to do is have this pushing in this direction. So you can see that now what's going to happen is the connection between these two clusters is going to help us keep the shape that we need there. So no crashings. I mean, it's definitely necessary to paint a little more, but you get the idea. So also I can see that obviously there's something not too good going on here. Okay. Oh. Again, now it's interesting to test it with the other shapes, see if how does it feel. Yeah, this is obviously like on the maximum. It's not going to look great on the maximum. It's obviously exaggerated on the maximum, but maybe that's something to take in consideration as well, right? Yeah, then we can think of like whatever wrinkles that we might have. Let's see. In Melinda's case, there's not many wrinkles here. Of course, she's a woman. Not that it's necessarily the case, but for this guy here, we can clearly see that there's more of a wrinkle here. Sort of like where it is, but I mean, it's hard to tell, right? I think that I need to do the same thing on the other side and see how it goes. Also, this fold here needs to be closer to the nasolabial fold, so it's something that we need to take in consideration here. You can always turn on and off the visibility off. Yeah, so you can see that. I feel like it's screwed up actually. Maybe that was not the whole thing there. Let's try to keep the textures here in a reasonable. See if I can do. Oh, that's not what I want. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. See if we can keep this somewhere here just so that we can. Oh. This is what I'm doing with my hands. So at the moment, I'm using the Cintiq like a tablet, right? So it's kind of a waste. Maybe defeats the purpose, but I find that for some activities, having your hands in front of what you're doing is not exactly what I like the most. So now I'm observing like how much of the nose is being affected. And in this case, I don't feel like it's affecting all that much. Maybe just a little dimple here. But also I feel like she's being super mild on this position. I mean, in my case, it's super dramatic. Actually, like, yeah, not too much though. Yeah, not too much. So again, I'm using my own face as a reference because there's three main references, and one of them is my face. So right now I'm not really 100% convinced that this part here is necessary, so I'll just smooth it out for a bit, but I might be taking it a little bit off as well. And also I think that so again, this is the lip stretcher that we're watching right now. And this might be a little bit exaggerated, so but sometimes it's fine that it's exaggerated. I mean, we can always control it. Yeah, I'm gonna assume that this is correct for now, and then I will do the other side now, and they have to work together, and then we're gonna separate them. And then next is gonna be the platysma. So yeah, I think it's fine. I mean, it's affecting it's not double transforming all that much. It is able to work with the other shapes. That's what we need. Even with both of, yeah, these two shapes are super heavy, and it is being able to work together. So it's kind of a weird smile right there. So this is a good point here. So we gotta see, like, we see that there's kind of a dent here. So this dent is probably being caused by the cluster. Especially because the depressor is not there. So we can see that there is a kind of a little something there. So it's either something we need to fix on this shape, could be this shape. That's something. Let's see if we can figure it out on the cluster first. All right, so yeah, but now we can see there's like way too much. That's the thing with this kind of work. It's like nudging around, and there's not much that we can do aside from doing this, trying to figure it out. Because that's the issue. The issue that we're seeing here is that the problem could be in both shapes. It could be on this shape here, where I'm starting to think it's not here because it's definitely way too. Like, it doesn't look right to me. So now we're gonna test with this mile again. It's probably gonna be looking like crap. Oh, not too much though. And then for this part here, we're gonna be coming back for this on the sculpting side, right? Or we might as well just go and go ahead and do it here, I guess. I like the alternative of working with this cluster, especially because it helps us to keep a non-destructive process, where if you go for sculpting, you're going to be you're gonna have to duplicate a lot of targets in order not to lose anything or make any stupid mistake. Yeah, I don't know that I like this, to be honest. I think we need more of like, it needs to, yeah. Okay, so let's go one cluster at a time. I mean, guys, I wish this was a ultra fast process here that would be so linear that we would be done in a couple of minutes, but it is just what it is. And I was working yesterday, or I think yesterday I was live as well, but I actually published recently a video of the time lapse, and I was like, okay, so maybe we just go with the time lapses and keep the work on the background. But for me, it's just so much. So I mean, I think I'm more focused when I'm doing this, and it doesn't matter, I think I just like to speak by myself. We're almost like designing here the exact points where, and this looks a lot better, to be honest. Okay, so well, let's save just in case, right? You never ever know. Done faster than ever. So yesterday I was getting to this live and I was like, man, why not do a cyberpunk? Or actually, the thing is, my living room is a complete mess at the moment. So I was like, okay, let's do a background, and it ended up being a cyberpunk background. So who knows? What does it mean? That's what it is now. Okay, so let's then create another cluster here and start to add the volume. Like, let's see if we can do two things here. One is push this inwards. So I'm looking at the reference here. And for this guy, it's super, and he's actually it's hard. But for this particular reference, I think that he's losing a lot of volume here, or gaining a lot of volume here, because the skin is being pulled or being pushed out, right? And also I can see that in his case, he's also activating a little bit of the mentalis here, because you can see that there's a clear difference. But let's do that first then. Okay. Nah. Jesus. Okay, so we got that cluster now. Thought I heard my daughter cry. So let's start with this and then we keep adjusting. Let's key it like this and then let's see what. Yeah, you can see that just that simple change here already makes it feel a little more natural, right? Well, it obviously needs adjustment, but All right, so now we need the inverse, which is like to push this part here inwards. Also, let's try one thing here. I just want to create a sort of a crease here. Because we're out of music here, let's get something going. Yeah, so this is not looking good in my opinion. It was a good try, but it didn't. It's not necessarily what I think it is. That this is tending to move like outwards. Yeah, so it's pretty mild at this point. I can make it look more dramatic, but we can always add this back. Yeah, I can make this better later on. For now, it's fine. So it's way too mild, right? It's almost unnoticeable. But at least there's a hint there. You can. Let's do what's most important here and get the.
Look at my neck bright, I get that check right. I'm so blessed, right? Off of that jet pipe, off of that side. I'm in a new coupe, my nigga I been fired. I said what I said, right? Yeah, I get that check right. I'm so blessed, right? Off of that jet pipe.
You know what? Let's drop this. Cool, so now we have the songs. Okay, so the idea for this one is just to affect this area here. Okay, so let's see. This area here is a little softer. So let's also just then key this cluster. Okay, so now we're keyed. It kind of feels a little bit more natural. Still feels a little linear for me. One thing I'm feeling as well is that this area here might be moving too much. Maybe we want it to stay a little bit stationary, but I feel like we're getting somewhere here. Yep, I'm in. Not terrible. It's working okay with the smile. Working okay with the levator. It's only kind of double transforming with the depressor, which is to be expected. You won't be activating both of them in 100% at any point. But you can see that it's good to make it to control this is the whole purpose of this muscle, is to help round up this area here, which is, in my opinion, is doing it quite well. Look, the smile is starting to show. Yes! Hello. And even the fold that we made is actually working. Oh man, this is more than I can ask. Freaking bananas. save this. Save your work, people. Oh, my pen. I think it's done already, actually. We could have it just a tiny more there. Honestly, not necessarily. Okay, so we can, the next step then is to duplicate this and collapse the shape. And then on the, when we start, like when we have the shape duplicated, we can basically come back and work on it as a actual target. For now, as you can see, it is a target. And the second thing that I want to do is try to mirror it, see what happens if we try to mirror it. Yeah, what happens is no bueno. It's not good. Let me see if we can somehow clean up that. Yeah, it's not gonna be easy to clean. Fuck. Fuck, to the point that I'm off. I don't know. I mean, I can try, right? But what's the worst that can happen? Going to save the day. Yeah. Okay. Maybe it's not the end of the world. Oh my god, this vertex here. This one though, that's gonna be hard. Let's just take it to a position where I can try to help it. Oh my God. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna put some music back, but I'm just focused right now. Almost there. Okay. Interesting side, no? Well, again, it could definitely be better, but it's also not incredibly horrible. Let me see if we can find some tunes here. I'm looking here at my tablet, which is where. just too much time of streaming. It's like all the musics are. Okay, so let's start to test this together with the shapes that we currently have. Honestly, man, I can hardly believe at the moment. It's taking the smile literally like very close to what we expect it to be. Like pushing the corners down here, kind of a forced smile, just really interesting. Yeah, I'm fine about it. I'm good with these two shapes. Feel like we have been successful. It requires a little more work, and we're probably going to come back to this later to refine and to, but even like with this amount of geometry here is going to be it's going to be hard to add some fine wrinkles here. It's probably better off being added directly on the maps. Also, chilling is saying hi. Sorry, I didn't see, man. How's it going? So our friend, and there's also another comment here on Twitch offering me fame. Thank you so much. So hello Thiago, nice to see your stream today. Thank you, man. I hope you're having fun, or at least enjoying the process. We are here trying to get this through, and it feels like it's been forever, but it is something that is getting faster, I guess. We are getting the shapes, that's what's important, and after that we are going to implement them. So maybe that's actually the next thing. So what's this here? That's the school, that's all good. Time of it. Oh man, I gotta go. Sorry guys, I got a message. I forgot you are now seeing my hands, so that's something. Well, good. All right, sorry about that. Let's keep going. Okay, so we got this shapes. It's midnight. Like I need to go to the next shape now, and that's going to be probably the depressor unguli oris. I think that would be the next logical one. Let me see how these two here are working together, and actually they're working surprisingly good, man. So there's two things that we need to do right now. One of them is the platysma. So check this out. This is the one that we were trying to replicate. Of course, this is a different setup, or different mouth, different skin. We also have Melinda here replicating the shape. So this is what we got on. This is what we got on ours. You can argue that maybe the upper lip here could be losing more volume, but also I don't know how much is interesting to affect the upper lip at this point. And I can see an artifact here. Oh no. Who is the... It's definitely this side since we mirrored it. Let's use one of the muscles here to... Let's just separate the lips. I know that all of this distortion is coming from that shape, unfortunately. So I'm just going to hit edit here and grab the sculpting tool. And I hate doing this because this could just destroy the entire thing. What is the song? Why? Yeah, so we have no more artifacts here. Great. We do have this gigantic superior lip, but I don't know if I want to affect it because yeah, but it is gaining volume actually. So that's something that we're gonna have to check out tomorrow probably. Okay. Not sure why is that the case, but what we will do then is just remove the edit the blend shape target and remove whatever influence happened here. I don't know why this happened. Let's just adjust this before I move on. I'm just gonna make this adjustment and end the live stream for today. It's my last action. Seems like the nose is being affected as well. No. So I don't know why this happened, but man, this music. Thank you. Seriously needed a DJ on the. Okay, so as I said, we're just gonna remove this target, this influence here. Slightly better, but still, I don't know why this happened, honestly. I might have forgotten some cluster on here. So annoying that that's the case, though. He's moving a stick. Oh, by the way, I gotta save this thing because I'm seeing the doom soon. Okay, let's check that then. Now we're getting some volume gain here. That's completely nonsense. Yeah, so there's this lip problem here, but you know, I don't know if that's even a problem. Okay, so I think we got it for today. Let me save this, and we are going to talk about what went on today. And I'm out. So what happened is, well, it was super quick, fortunately. So we are going through all the FACS shapes. So let's see what we have at the moment. So this one is the one that we just finished, or finishing this is kind of relative. I mean, I still need to bring back some of the volume here, but we did make some progress. And then we have this shape here. This one is a standard that came with the shape set. That this is a model, like a 3D scan, so I got a few. So this is the corner puller, and then we have this is the corner puller, and this is the cheek puller. So we do have to mirror it a little bit softer in the middle as well, but because it feels like it's kind of stretching a little bit, but it is definitely working. So that's good, I guess. So we have also then the corner puller, the levator labii superioris, or the upper lip razor, lower lip depressor, and now with the Hisorius, which is responsible for pulling just the corner, and then at the end it's going to work in conjunction with the platysma. So all that then is going to be mirrored or separated by side and added into the rig that is already in place. So I guess that's already saved. Yeah, there's not even anything to save here. This is the last time I'm gonna save. And guys, that's it for today. I gotta get some rest and keep preparing for tomorrow. So my OBS just froze. Yeah, okay. So that's it. Thank you so much for participating today. We had a few people that stayed on the live stream for a good amount of time, so thank you for that. I hope that you guys learned something, or whenever you have questions, feel free to ask. I'm here to work together and learn and exchange ideas. I'm currently working in Vancouver, BC for a digital domain as a facial rigger. This is a contract, so it's temporary, but I definitely enjoy being able to work on this studio. And for the future, we're going to continue to work on these shapes until we get to the point where we have all the FACS shapes of the head, and then we have a rebuildable rig. So we have the action stack. That's the whole point of the thing. The action stack is going to rebuild the entire rig, and then we're going to have the first version of this rig that we're going to make a presentation. There's already a shaded version that we are rendering to create the presentation, and that's it. I mean, after that, I hope we can call it done and move to the next one and keep learning, keep making progress, and create something that can be reused. So that's it. I am out of here. Cheers.